stream, or don't say anything you don't want heard on a stream.
Woohoo! Make sure I ask or I relay you the questions when they come in from my 4 viewers, whatever it's gonna be.
Mm. Don't say anything. I don't want to be heard. I caught all 151 Pokemon in the first game.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I can't unsay that now.
I do have.
They bought the red and the blue versions.
I can honestly say I've never played a Pokemon game.
It's fun.
It was a little after my time.
See, I was the one that brought it to everybody. I got them hooked on it, then I gracefully quit. So they're like addicted to the card game and like throwing all kinds of money at it. I'm like, yeah, I did that back when I was a kid, and it was only like 30 days before.
Yeah. I remember when it first came out and I saw the commercials, I was like, that looks kind of cool. And I watched the first episode and I was like, this isn't for me. And I never had any desire, because I didn't watch the show or anything, I never had any desire to play the games. I thought it was a cool concept. It just didn't click with me.
Yeah, I mean, the show is very different than I don't know. I feel like the games are sort of the original identity, and then the show just sort of happened. And yeah, I guess you could like it, but it wasn't really, I don't know, it kind of wore thin quickly versus the games were a little bit more timeless. I say that, this is all like years ago. Like, what, 2 decades ago almost? Actually, they're like 2 decades old now. Oh my goodness.
If anybody has the game up, I do have a server running.
At 2.2 gigs. So, still downloading.
You're about near the end. I think it's 2.7. Something like that.
Yeah.
What's the server name, Steve?
Playtest 8/12/2018. You should just be able to search for it and it should find it as long as you have Steam running.
So what's changed between this week and last week? Have you been able to update things at all, or?
We got an all new HUD in.
Oh right, I remember now.
Heads up displays in. There's a surprise for you that's in.
Ooh.
Bug fixes. You can drop in, drop out now. Last week that was not working for some. Well, we found out why it wasn't working. But we got that fixed. So now if if there's a game in progress, you're able to join it.
A few more helmets too.
With the HUD, we got the radar in. The radar can be a little buggy. We're still working on some of that, but for the most part, it works. Let's see here. Did some fixes with capture the flag. There were a few glitches that were going on with that. We did some under the hood stuff that you're not gonna see. You'll notice the effect of, hopefully, because hopefully I won't not be able to load in like I did last week. But we think we fixed all of that. Unfortunately, those issues only show up when we do the play test. If it's just me and Tim testing, we never have those issues because there's not enough people to cause the glitch. So we don't know until we do these whether or not it's working. For the most part, I think that's it. It was mainly just getting that new HUD in because we wanted it to look nice, and then doing some bug fixes.
Gosh, the level of customization still is awesome.
Well, we wanted to give you options.
Yeah.
Wait till we have all the armor in and you're able to unlock it all.
Oh gosh. Even like spine, like the little spine part in the back, it's like, oh my gosh. Oh, it's like almost overkill at that point.
So whoever popped in, you can drop out and choose a different player name if you would like.
Okay, yeah, it looks like it assigned it to
Yeah.
the laptop name.
Yeah, it's set up right now because apparently you launched it first without Steam running, and
Oh, yeah, that's
it,
exactly what it was.
yep, it'll automatically pull your computer name. Had you launched it with Steam running, it would have automatically pulled your Steam name. But since it already had a save in there from when you first launched it, it kept that name.
Okay.
So it's convenient because when it's released, it's only going to run through Steam at first, unless we wind up putting it on another platform, but that costs more money. So, for a release version, every time somebody first plays it, it'll just automatically pull their Steam name in it and makes life easy. But
Well, I'm signed into Steam now, but it's still.
yeah, because it had already created that save game. You can, like, if you go to Character Creator, you just click in the box where the name is, and you can put it to whatever you want. You can type in your name.
Okay.
Yeah, it automatically does the name, but we made it fully customizable.
All right, going 4K on this. Or how does it go? Right.
You're playing it in 4K?
Playing on the highest, yeah.
I think you're the only person to play it on 4K. We'll
All right, let's see if we break it.
Maybe. What's your running? What's your system?
I have a 1070.
Well, I think that's higher than anybody else has.
Yeah, I'm at 980 Ti.
Yeah, I have a 970.
Yeah, you've been putting the work into the UX.
Yep. That is Tim.
Okay, what did I type in the server name?
You don't just hit search or find. Yeah, for
No
typing.
servers.
Click search.
Search. No servers. Search.
Do you have Steam running?
No.
You have to have Steam running,
Steam.
and you have to close the game and then start Steam and then relaunch the game.
Steam.
So it's on the loading screen. It's been on here for about a minute. Does that sound normal?
No, it does not.
Okay. I'll exit the game and try it. Maybe it got stuck.
Here, I'll recreate the server as well. Just in case there was an issue there. I mean, there shouldn't have been, but you never know. There we go.
Yep.
And AB, are you making your character? Oh no, you had to restart because you forgot to turn on Steam.
Yeah, I'm updating Steam. I haven't probably used Steam in like 6 months.
See you in 20 minutes.
It's going pretty good. It's installing. It's not downloading. So we'll see. It's almost why I don't play games. Like every time I do it, I have to update everything. By the time I'm done updating, it's like, okay, I'm done. I don't want to play anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can definitely get old.
Okay, back in.
Where's Tim at? Tim's always here.
His wife had a family fun day at work,
Hmm.
and it's at the zoo, so he doesn't know if he's going to get back in time to jump on or not.
Yeah. No Bryce, no Jordan. Ooh.
Yeah, Jordan said he can't make it. Never heard back from Bryce.
I probably had to work today if you had yesterday off.
Eric Camper might be jumping on.
We just need to keep up this like same play time every week, so there's no like questions, you know.
Yeah. I think 8 o'clock seems to be a decent time. I mean, there's some people who can't make it because they got to work super early.
Mm.
8 is easier than like 6 usually.
Yeah, because it's after dinner. Normally, people eat around dinner.
Yeah. Right, we're gonna make this thing happen. Okay, still not getting anything. I'm in Steam.
Owen
Can you-
says, "Just caught me off guard with the stream." Welcome, Owen.
AB, are you able to shift tab when you have it launched
Uh,
to pull up your Steam overlay?
oh, give me a second. I really did that. Shift tab. Yeah.
You should be able to. Oh, you know what? I bet you I know what it is. I bet you it's a region thing.
Oh, yeah, I am in Georgia.
If you want to, I can tell you how to get your Steam working with this region, and you'll just need to put it back when you're done. It's really easy.
I never do any other thing on it as far as region goes, so I don't really care. If I need to fix it, I need to fix it. What do I do?
All right. Right click on the Steam icon that's in your tray. You know where it's running.
Okay, like the Windows tray.
Yeah, and go to settings.
Okay.
And then downloads.
Oh, U.S. Charlotte, so change it to.
U.S. Columbus.
Gotcha.
And then restart Steam, restart Plasma Storm. You should be good.
Push me. Yeah, why would Charlotte be a better answer?
Because you're closer to it.
No, you'd think Atlanta would have been like the right answer.
Yeah, it's true. But there might not be an Atlanta server.
No, it definitely. I thought I saw Atlanta. Anyways,
I
I'm
got
probably about the same distance for both.
got nothing for you then. 'Cause, yeah, we had to do that with the guy last week playing in Seattle, so it should definitely work from Atlanta. And when it's released, that won't be a problem. Just for dev servers, they region lock.
No. Yay! Okay. We are making progress.
Do not name your character. Klondike.
Oh. Sorry.
Wow, that's
I did
creative.
this earlier. Oh,
How-
yeah. That's a Scrooge McDuck reference.
You and your Scrooge McDuck. I remember it. The amount of times that you brought that up, I remember. It's like your thing.
There we go. Somebody will appreciate this.
Now you have to say it. You got to do it.
Welcome aboard, my good people.
Yes.
Alrighty, so I don't know when anyone else will be jumping on, so do y'all want to just go ahead and do a test game?
Let's do it.
Alright,
Sure.
well, like normal, we'll start on Signal because it's the easiest, and then we'll move to the more graphic intensive levels.
Sounds good.
So I'll just do a quick death match.
Have you told AB about the axe?
I told him about it.
Yes.
No, it seems to be doing pretty good in the 4K.
Yeah.
I turn
Except for the people
games
firing
on.
at me.
Well, you'll have that.
So my WASD's not working. Do I have to hit something first?
You shouldn't have to.
Press escape, maybe pull up the menu, and then exit out.
Are you
Yes.
able to move with your mouse?
No.
You might be frozen.
Yeah. Tried going to the menu and going back, but it didn't do anything.
Yo, the status feed, that's looking nifty.
Oh, now it's working.
Good. Maybe it was just having a loading issue.
Yeah.
What's that say?
How do I fly again?
Pick up vengeance. Hit the spacebar twice, I think.
There it is. Whee! Okay, I'm good. That's the important part. Articles look better.
No, I dropped it. No.
I'll chase you! Oh, nope, I'll probably die doing that. Ooh, I'm just enjoying the particles over here. Yeah, how do you record this stuff? I feel like I almost owe you like a 4K recording that could help you out.
I'm not able to record it. My system can't run it and a recording software at the same time. I think David uses OBS.
Yeah. Oh, what? What? That was really strange. You like flew all over the place for a moment.
Yeah, you got me midair.
Grenades will launch you out of the map at this point. They're a little... The impulse effect on them is a little powerful.
Oh, this overheat. Oh. Oh.
I keep killing you because I keep running into you. It's not personal.
But just part of the game.
That status feed is really nice to have. I like seeing it like when Jordan kills me. Oh, he's not here right now, so.
Put that in yesterday.
Awesome.
Had an epiphany and figured out how to do it.
A realization.
Well, I didn't know exactly how to, because getting things to broadcast like that, Unreal makes it a huge pain. And I was trying to find a tutorial for like a kill feed, and I was like, wait, let's be honest, that's a chat box. That's all that is. So I just looked up how to do a chat box in a game and made it work for what I needed it to do. So instead of typing something in, whenever you get a kill, it automatically...
Hey, I did something.
Ah!
I did pick up the weapon E. No, I just knocked it over. Yeah, how do I pick up a weapon?
That's the weapon that you have. That's why it's not giving you the option.
Oh. Ow.
That was funny. Because I got him and then I got shot in the side of the face with a shotgun.
Uh-oh, something's breaking. I got a frozen game.
What happened over there? Ooh.
I got killed by someone. AB, are you still frozen?
Yeah, I'm frozen.
I guess give it a minute and see if it'll unfreeze for you, and if not, you might have to restart and just jump back in, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay.
So... We're trying to figure out what's causing that. I just happen to have no idea at the moment.
Guys, check the crash reports.
Well, the problem is when it freezes, you don't get a good crash report.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to exit out of this. Kill.
I have to call that person back later.
Yeah, it looks like I got frozen too. After I came back.
I gotta shoot a text real quick, guys. I'm gonna hide somewhere.
Well, it looks like it's just me and you, so I'm gonna quit the match.
I gotta kill myself first. I did it.
I really
Do you
want
think that's a networking thing or a performance thing?
I have no idea. It's so hard to say. And unfortunately, when you freeze, if you did a full crash, then you'd get a log that would tell you. But if you freeze, you don't really get a good one. Like, there's a log, but it's not necessarily going to say what caused the freeze. Why is everybody leaving the thing?
Oh, let me click ready. Ah!
You're not in the map.
What?
I'm the only one in the server.
According to me, that is not true.
Well, let me relaunch the server.
I guess while we're waiting for everybody, I'm gonna show the stream the character customization. Ooh. Yo, this helmet's awesome. Like the last helmet with the visor is just like almost like a headband, just going around the sides.
Glad you like it. Alright, I got a new server up. Hope maybe that'll fix the problem. Because it could be anything. The problem with using Steam subsystem is it could be an issue with Steam causing this too. I just have no idea.
Part of that was, hey, my computer came unplugged and turned off. Issue.
Oh, that'll cause problems.
Yeah.
Steve, I demand more pouches armor customization.
There will be. We just have to make them.
I want more pockets.
There's going to be quite a few more. And the way we have that set up, they don't necessarily all have to be on the same spot either.
Oh,
Nice.
sweet, fanny packs confirmed.
Well, I don't think there's going to be a fanny pack.
That'd be awesome.
Eventually, there's going to be some more customization stuff as well. But I do have a new server up for whenever anybody wants to try and jump into it. Hopefully it'll work.
I'm working on it. Ooh.
And I guess, do you want to try Team Deathmatch? Or Capture the Flag or King of the Hill?
I don't mind, whatever. Oh, it's not loading. I have to restart.
Okay.
No. Down, kitty. Down. There you
King
go.
of the Hill's always fun. Who doesn't have a name?
Is it me? Creator. Oh.
Hey, yo. Oh.
David, you need to pick a team.
Boom.
I guess. Yep.
I apologize in advance. I'm a terrible teammate.
It's alright.
Well, yeah, you're on the other team.
Oh, well. All you're gonna do is try and capture points, hold a control point.
So I picked my colors purple. And oh, never mind. That's my team.
Yeah, when you're in a team game, you're automatically red or green. We used to have it so that you stayed the same color, but your glows just were the team color, and it wasn't enough to differentiate people.
Yeah, it's confusing.
And you should be able to see where the capture point is.
Yep.
Aha! These bases look awesome. They're like castles in space. They look awesome, dude. From like afar, they look really good.
Thank you.
Aha! I see someone flying.
Nope, I'm not flying anymore. I was trying to go to that red sun, and then I eventually figured out maybe that's not where I'm supposed to go.
There's a capture point you should see on your heads-up display. You're going to that.
Oh,
So you're
it actually says capture point.
Yep.
Did you ever put vehicles back in there?
They are not back yet, though. I know I got you. There you are. And the point is gone, so now there's going to be another one pop up.
Oh.
Take evasive maneuvers.
Is that you from chasing?
No.
Ah, Mr. Evil Apple is back.
I touched it. Did it do anything?
No, you have to have whichever team has the most people inside are the ones that get points for it.
No.
I like this giant cave area over here. This is neat.
Yeah, we're still trying to fill it out. There's going to be like mining equipment in it, and
Oh, I just killed myself.
well done. Next it says suicide.
It's suicide.
We do need to put capture points at different locations. Right now there's only the two, so it's just kind of a fly back and forth.
Yeah.
So how long do you have to be in there before it gives you the point?
You started getting points.
Oh, okay.
If you look down at the bottom,
Got 2
near the
pixels.
radar, you'll see you have that little green sliver.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Uh-huh.
yeah, that's the points. So that little bit you were in there, you started getting points. The more teammates you have on the thing, like here, I'll just jump out and you can take some points. And then the more people you have in the circle, the faster the points go up. If you leave the circle, you no longer get points.
Oh!
If you have your jetpack on, it looks like it doesn't count, so I have to turn it off, right, to get the points.
Nope, it still works. It builds up slowly.
Okay.
Keep in mind, we've already held 2 points for almost 4 minutes, so that's why we're so much further ahead.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you look, it's going up.
It's gonna kind of float around here for a little bit.
You know you're outside of it because it'll turn white again.
Oh, like if I go here. Ah.
It
Okay.
left.
Steve, I'm noticing that the contrails are not rendering, or like not being drawn from very far away. As I'm sure you probably know.
It's just one of those things, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't really have control over.
Hmm.
We don't. We're trying to keep everything working, but
It's a balancing act.
unfortunately, when it comes to stuff like that, Unreal literally just fights you.
Mm.
Like it's like I don't want to render it at that far, so you have to go in and force me to do it with brute force.
So this might be a consideration too. I just know there's a certain type of colorblind where you can mix up reds and greens. So I wonder if it would be better to have one of the colors be different for teams.
We can definitely try that.
The old classic
so
red
proud of
versus
myself.
blue.
Yeah, I wanted to stay away from red versus blue because of obvious reasons. But
It's like
Might not.
pretty much every game does it.
yep, maybe that's why every game does it. Uh-oh, I heard a Zeus.
No, you didn't.
Well, if you have it, I'm not worried.
What is that supposed to mean?
Means I'm on the same team as you.
Oh. Forgot.
Now, unfortunately,
Hmm.
oh,
Sorry, AB.
I'm not the one that got
You
you. You
should
got
be.
shot.
Been learning the new like navigation. How like just bringing this cannon over here is been challenging.
Yeah, I'm gonna add jumps to the side asteroids
Oh.
as well, so that you can jump to all of them.
I just got here. Now I gotta go all the way back. Ah! Kind of reminds me of Sidewinder from Halo 1. How you had those like teleporters I could just use to go to their bases.
Did I mention that was my favorite map?
He did not.
Yeah, I've spent probably 1,000 hours on Sidewinder alone.
Oh gosh. That is a lot.
Apparently, I won. That was weird.
How did I get 0?
Apparently you didn't.
No, you don't have to explain it. We'll gloss over that.
That apparently is a bug because I should not have won. Because that wasn't that type of game. But all right, I have to jump off for just a second. I'll be right back, and then we'll start the next match.
Man, low turnout today. player counts. Ooh.
Oh, is it? This is the
Yeah,
first time
we
I've been
usually-
forever.
We usually get like 6 to 8, sometimes more.
Well, Tim mentioned it. That's the only reason. Like, I felt bad because he always mentions it. I'm like, yeah, didn't have internet for a week, and
Hmm.
just moved across country.
Where you at now? You said you're in Georgia?
Yeah, I moved to Augusta, Georgia.
Ooh.
So there's Augusta University, and they're starting an animation program.
Oh, cool.
I get to build it.
Ah, you're in charge.
Well, I'm in charge of the program, not in charge of everything. But yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Are you still using Bloke?
It's been a while since I've used Bloke in the classroom because I haven't taught rigging since AI. Usually, like, I've taught classes, but it's been like introductory rigging things. Like,
Yeah.
I did get to do an animation class, but I didn't go complicated with the rigging.
Hmm.
But,
Do you remember when I needed your help with that Bloke rig? When I took that course and it took you like 20 minutes to figure out what I did wrong because you could not for the life, like, because I was trying to run that script and it just like Maya would not accept it. And I was like, man, like, because I had restarted that rig like 3 or 4 times. I was like, oh my gosh.
I don't remember all the details with it. Were you putting it in as Python instead of Mel or something?
No, you eventually like figured it out, and then, like, to this day I'm still impressed because it was literally I messed up on like the 3rd step of the entire project, and it was just when you used the insert joint tool on the spine.
Mm-hmm.
What I did was I just made the 5 or 6 spine, joints with the joint tool like straight away because I was like, well, that just seems faster, right? Instead of actually just doing the start and end and then putting in the 3rd, all the ones in the middle. Because I did it that way, for whatever strange reason, the script wouldn't work. And you eventually asked me about that, and I was like, and I told you, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's why the script isn't working. What?
Bio works in very strange ways. Yeah, it can be fickle.
Ugh.
I'm usually pretty good. Like it I don't know. I've done it enough times. I can usually figure out like what went wrong. So usually it's just like a quick like, oh yeah, you did this. But
I still remember Cole's animation with the dancing, and they all like blow up or something. And
Hey, how's Capture the Flag sound?
sounds good.
You want to do Hades or a different map?
Do you have it on Signal? I don't think I've even seen it on.
It's on all maps.
Okay. Well, whatever maps that you guys want. I know we already did Signal.
We can just cycle through and just keep playing different stuff on different maps.
Shall we confuse AB with yes, Agnos?
oh, I'm always confused. You don't got to work at it.
Okay, the layout of this map is bad enough that we're going to do a complete redesign on it. So, pretty much the only person not confused by this map is Tim, because he's the one that designed it. So we'll see how this goes.
I want to like map it out and like figure it out somehow on my own time. It kind of reminds me of like Rat Race from Halo 1, but like times 4.5.
I think Rat Race was worse.
Really? Because it was like a loop, basically. Like it wasn't this conglomeration of all these different intersecting pipes.
Yeah.
Or that one with all the teleporters, the Chiron TL34, I think.
Oh yeah, that one. I think that's the one I was thinking of. That one always messed me up.
Failed experiment is what they call it.
I shouldn't touch these lasers, right?
I wouldn't.
Okay. But I've got a gun that won't let me fly.
He's got the vengeance. Get him.
There you go. Rule number 1: reveal everything.
That's how you do it.
Gosh, put all those weapons right there. Gosh.
That was Tim's idea.
Well, I'm sort of doomed. I kind of want to take a screenshot because it's pretty funny.
We
What'd
should
you do?
switch. We should switch teams on the next one because it's me and Steve. Like, we're the more experienced players.
It's true. Probably should.
Well, I wouldn't even copy a player. I'm more of a spectator. It happens to be dying a lot.
Oh, I got you. Yes.
We kill each other.
I was like, yeah. I was like, how my health dropped so much there at the end? I don't know what you did.
I do have to admit, I like having that feed.
It is all. It's just nice. It's finally nice to know who kills who. You know. No more like confusion in these like 9-player battles on Signal.
So I've got this gun. It won't let me jump. Above me is a bunch of like tripwire lasers. Below me looks like it's going to kill me too.
Is there a blue round thingy that's got like a particle look to it?
Up high. Way up high.
Why is a sniper in this map?
Like I said, Tim made the map. I'm trying to find AB.
Oh my.
Take a look at him.
It's pretty funny. I'm doomed.
Well, you're not doomed, but before you drop the weapon, which you can do by pressing E.
Hey, there's my teammate. No, they went away. Oh, there they are. You can drop the weapon?
If it's a heavy weapon, which is one that doesn't let you fly, yeah, but I want to see you first.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find you. Like, I know where you are. I just don't know how to get there.
Hmm.
Oh, you only had it to 1? Alright. Steve, how dead set are you on letting the flag carrier fly?
You have to, because every level you have to fly to get around.
I would right now. That's kind of false though. Because on Hades you can use the teleporters. I like this game would get so much more like strategic in a certain regard if you toggled the flying off. And you had to escort them across. I think that would be neat to see, or at least have the option to do that.
We can look into it and see how it works out.
Yeah, because I know I'm not gonna be like I'm not the only person that's gonna be like bringing that up. You know, once you do put this out and like release and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah, we can definitely look into it. It's
Yeah.
just then you have to worry about level design
Yeah.
changing. I mean, because when you have the flag, you can't go fast at all.
Mm-hmm.
So you're greatly limited. When you're moving that speed, it's really easy to shoot you out of the sky.
True.
All right. So this is Hunter mode, which the first person to get a kill is the Hunter. You can only gain points by killing as the Hunter. And when you become the Hunter, you turn invisible like Predator.
Oh.
If you kill the Hunter, you become the Hunter. So it's, once somebody becomes the Hunter, everybody's trying to kill them so that they can get points. But the Hunter's the only one able to make points. So it turns into kind of a one versus all type deal. And we'll just do it on Signal.
I had someone in the chat mention, or make it so the flag carrier can't fly, but they run faster. Interesting little idea.
Okay, so who's the Hunter?
Definitely not me.
Not me.
David, are you the Hunter?
No, it should be you, Steve. You just got that kill there like a moment ago.
It's not.
Okay, did someone kill someone?
Well, it might be messing up.
Hey!
So let's restart.
Oh, that wasn't me.
We're gonna restart this one and see what.
There we go. No one wins.
Sounds like Juggernaut. Yeah, it's like Juggernaut from Halo or Gladiator from Time Splitters, whichever one you want to call it. But with flying.
Somehow it feels like the score system is messing up on me. Because that definitely didn't trigger like it was supposed to.
Yeah. Could be a nasty bug from this build.
Yeah, it's not working.
No.
So Hunter mode's out.
Do you want to at least check, see if the score works? Do you want to like kill me real fast and see if you get a point?
Well, yeah, I'm getting points.
Gosh,
I guess kill me and see if you get a point.
No.
Yeah, I got a point.
Yeah, which means it's just doing standard deathmatch.
Ooh. You know what would be neat, Steve? Like down the road, maybe at some point, when there's a lot of like views, like maybe we take a trip back. I mean, you go on a build from like a year ago or something, just for fun.
Back before we had anything.
Yeah, like when you first like showed me it, and we could barely run with like 3 people in the game. We're like jet fighters flying around, dude. I remember how fast it was. I was like, oh my gosh.
There's been some tweaking.
Come on, throw a grenade! Yes! Alright, axe fight time. I can use the axe.
Unfortunately, I don't have the axe icon in yet, so it doesn't.
Oh crap, sorry. Oh!
Yeah, you got me there and back.
That was awesome. Oh, I just watched it on the stream replay. Ooh, that was cool.
Oh.
What?
She has a rocket launcher.
Oh, okay. The vengeance. All right.
Because I was coming after you with an axe, and
all right, sure. Ah. Steve, you should have me do all the death sounds for this game. Oh, I teleported. I'm still not a firm believer on the thing that like stops you before you land after falling.
it's not changing.
Okay. It'd be nice to have at least have an option to turn it off.
No.
Oh,
It's there to give you a reason not to get fall damage. If I take it out, I'm going to make it so you die when you fall from high space.
Is there currently fall damage in the game?
No, because of that.
Oh.
It's a logic thing. I don't want there to be fall damage, but I want there to be a reason. And I'm not doing the Iron Man pose where you stop and land on your fist, because that would take you out of the game way worse.
I would love to see some like fall damage. Like you forget to like slow down. It's like, oh, you just hit the ground and like disintegrate. That would be awesome.
I will get a kill.
Kind of a big map for this, but
How many, or do you foresee a new melee thing being put in at some soon, or?
it's gonna be a while.
Yeah. This is a balancing act. Got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah. Well, it seems like every time I want to put something else in, there's always a lot of new bugs we need to fix first.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So my friend James is gonna be jumping on soon. I don't know when Zach is. That'll give us some more people.
I mean, I can go another like half hour or like hour or so.
All right. Yeah, I like having long playtests because it's always going to be a while until you really start hitting the bugs.
Yeah. AB, I challenge you to an axe fight.
Okay.
Aren't you guys on the same team?
I'm in the center asteroid. I'm jumping.
All right. I will duel you. I am the chosen one.
Hold on, who's on what team?
I'm
green.
green.
I'm red. Oh, we didn't change teams.
I thought we switched them.
Ah!
We meet again.
Up!
Yeah, this scoring system.
Where are you going?
Help!
Oh gosh, my.
Oh! Finally got a kill. Apparently, I'm a dueling master.
I'm coming back for you.
All right, so it looks like none of the team scores are working, so everything is just a death match.
So I still don't get a kill. Darn. Okay.
Oh no, you get a kill. It's just your team doesn't, so it's just free for all.
Okay, but I got my kill. That's all that matters.
I wonder if it'll do it if the same team kills each other. Because I'm just gonna try this.
No!
Okay, yeah, so that's good. It doesn't score for the same team.
Ah!
Yeah, no, we fixed that problem.
I love the axe, Steve. This is such a great addition.
You rolled me down a hill.
Should I apologize to you or the hill?
Me. I'm the one that died. So, all right, I got to figure out why scoring works for capturing the flag, though.
You needed one more hit, AV. You almost had me.
So, AB, how do you like the additions?
Like what are the changes?
Yeah.
The modes?
Everything?
Yeah, I mean, since last
Visuals
time.
are the only thing I've like paid attention to. I'm like, oh yeah, I like the particle effect. I still die a lot, so I can't tell the difference. I'm not just flying around now. I like the axe fighting. Maybe because that's the only way I've gotten a kill.
Oh, what? What? Oh, Steve.
It's free for all, remember?
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you're putting the effort into things like UI and stuff because that's sort of make or break. Like it doesn't feel like it's a cohesive piece until you get UI stuff in there.
Yeah. How do y'all like the HUD?
It looks good.
I think maybe the radar and the screens with the weapons and like the grenades, those two bits could be moved inward towards their corners just a little bit more. Maybe they're too far out towards the center. Just a opinion thing, obviously. But
Are they too far out or are they too big?
you could definitely make the gun and the grenade stuff smaller.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking. What about
Can
the
you
radar?
throw the axe?
You can hold down the right mouse like button, and then once you like release it, you'll throw it.
Oh, nice.
Here, go ahead and like if you charge it all the way up, it'll
When it turns yellow.
turn yellow, and then you can throw it.
Oh.
Well, you can throw it anytime your arm's all the way back.
Yeah.
But if you charge it up to where it turns yellow, then it stays on its target for a second.
Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't look like my radar is actually doing anything. Is that still progress?
It's a little glitchy at the moment.
You do like a long like two-handed spear or like something like that, or like a pike.
We plan on having a bunch of different melee weapons. I don't know if they're going to be stuff that you can pick up or if they're going to be you choose them with your armor.
I would like that, honestly.
Which is probably what we're doing. They're all going to be equally as powerful as each other. They'll hit differently.
Yeah. Like you can make a bigger axe or spear that swings slower, but it does more damage, but the kill time could be the same as like the smaller axe. It's just a preference thing.
Well, no, they'll do the same damage per hit. It's just the easiest way to balance it. But one of them, like, you're not going to be able to throw every weapon, so you're getting distance.
Yeah, so then it's like, well, why would I want to choose, some other thing than the axe when I can just throw the axe, but I can't throw anything else?
Yeah, but why would you, the axe not everybody's necessarily going to want to throw something.
Yeah.
And it might be better if you're able to have a little bit more range, so that if somebody comes at you with an axe, you can poke them in the face.
Yeah, so that's what I'm getting at is like each combat, like weapon should have some kind of advantage or some kind of not advantage, but some neat thing that makes it a little bit different,
Yeah, that's what we're hoping to do. And then the flag is going to be able to be used like a bow staff.
Yes, just spear people. Now, are you gonna
spear? Bow staff.
bow staff? So, are you gonna like make it more like more powerful since it's the flag, kind of like what they did in Halo? And
No, that thing's unbalanced.
oh, bummer.
Melee weapons are already powerful, man.
I mean, when people can already fly around, you're just sitting there with a flag. I mean, any fool that gets that close or within melee range, in my opinion, they should be killed in one hit.
Like
I
I don't
you're,
like
you're
one-hit kills. They're just unbalanced.
yeah, that's fair. I haven't paid much attention to the radar. It seems like it's working, I think.
That isn't doing anything.
Yeah, mine's just the circle.
Well, one thing, the person has to be moving to show up on your radar. And it is buggy. Like, I can see whoever just ran past me that was red showed up on my radar.
Yeah, I see you guys. Let's do this! Oh crap, I don't have my axe out. Ah!
Oh! I got you on the return.
Oh!
It's
Like,
you.
how did I just die? Like, what? I was confused.
I'm actually getting.
Where are the turrets? Or like, I mean, how are they like doing? Are they like closer to coming back in, or?
Not really. Haven't even really messed with it.
Oh my gosh! I just got mobbed.
I'm getting good with this like melee thing. It's pretty much my only strategy now.
I do like the axe.
Yeah, because melee was in an awkward place for the longest time, and now it feels right.
Well, we really wanted to make it fit correctly. So we decided instead of doing what most... Ow! You got me in the spine.
Look at that, 7. All melee.
So it said I won, but then this post game is.
Yeah, I don't think I killed you 7 times.
Yeah, I mean, to me it shows that AB you have 0 kills, but I know you killed me at least once or twice.
Yeah, I had 7 on mine. Yeah, so
Showed
those numbers
7 on mine as well. Bugs. But you know what? Those bugs I'll take. That stuff is just figuring out why it's not replicating the information.
Yeah. Studio number 19 says, "Whoa, good job. That's a really cool game."
That's a what you cut out.
Studio 19 says that's a really cool game.
Thank you.
Oh, are you like Twitch streaming?
Yeah, well, no, I'm streaming through YouTube. I know all the fans of Time Splitters Rewind are all butthurt that I'm not streaming Time Splitters related stuff.
Well,
We're getting really close to a milestone or update here within like the next 4 weeks, 3 weeks. So they're clamoring. They're clamoring for news. Who's this Gremlin person? Is that your James?
Yeah, that's my friend James. Looks like he's got himself muted.
Yeah, I'm. My computer's messing up.
What's it doing?
It's not letting me open this file. Unzip it.
Can we do a free for all King of the Hill? Is that an option?
No.
Ah, bummer. You got any animations coming soon to Studio 19? If you mean for this or for Time Splitters? Gotta be more specific. The Sighted Aviator says, "Dude."
He just says, dude.
Yeah. I don't know.
Dude.
Dude.
Dude, man.
No, like that Halo one. Sorry.
guess we'll go ahead and jump in. And James, you should be able to just drop into a game once you get that working. As for why it's not unzipping for you, I don't know.
No, it's something to do with my end. I don't know what is going on.
How are you trying to unzip it?
I was just trying to use WinZip or whatnot, but it's not letting me.
What you might try doing is just double click on the zipped folder and tell me what it does.
It asked me to download it or connected apps like WinZip or Zip Extractor and blah blah blah.
That's just weird. So it's acting like you don't have a zip program on your computer. But
Right,
I use just the standard Windows one.
yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Well, download either 7-Zip or WinRAR. I would recommend 7-Zip. That can unzip anything. And it's trusted, and it should only take you a second, and then that should be able to fix it for you.
Okay.
In the meantime, let's kill each other.
Sweet. You just do a normal free-for-all?
Yep. I think I might make a smaller map that's just this center asteroid.
Yo, that'd be cool.
I was throwing an axe at her.
That's right on.
You
Wow.
really knocked me out of the map.
I same here. That's why. Hence my reaction.
Grenades have a little bit of an effect there.
A little bit of a knockback much.
Yeah, I need to tone that down, but
I think it's cool. See the bodies move flying.
it's fun, but for the actual game, it's a little much.
Do you remember Halo 3 when that game launched? If I don't know if you played it much, but like if you had a mutual melee kill, you would both go flying. It was pretty much the same as this. It was awesome. Very awesome. Aw. Is this a 3-hit? It's like 3 punches for axe, right? The axe kill.
It depends. You have a critical chance, so it's 2 to 3.
Critical chance. What determines that?
Luck.
Luck.
Oh, it looks like I got frozen.
Yeah, I was gonna say something happened there. I was slashing you for like five
really?
seconds straight. Yeah. Oh, at the back of this chest plate looks cool. Spikes on it.
I'm gonna
It's 50.
leave the game and come back.
Who am I chasing?
Probably AB because I don't think I'm getting chased.
He's just flying around. Making it very hard to hit him with the axe. AB, I'm not entirely sure I understand your tactic, but I don't like it. Ow.
I saw AB on my radar. I think that was him.
Elizabeth, did you spawn back in?
Yep.
At least that works. So, I mean, it sucks that you freeze, but last week, if it was frozen, the only way to get back in was wait for another match. Ah, shit.
Oh, I did get you. Oh crap! It's coming for me. It's rolling down to me. No.
That's what you get for throwing a grenade uphill.
So the flying thing, I was stuck. I couldn't stop flying.
Really?
Yeah. You finally killed me, but
Nice.
I have no idea why you got stuck flying. That's the first time that's ever happened.
I think like I got killed, but I didn't get killed. I don't know. Like I couldn't fire, I couldn't do anything but fly, and I kept dropping. Might never get that one again, but it's interesting.
I still say runs better than a Bethesda game.
Well, probably true.
Where are you going?
Hmm.
I missed the pistol.
If we can get a good animation for it, there might be one put back in.
Oh, Aaron had one worked up for you.
It just didn't feel right to me. And I think it's because of the just always running around with your hand up like an idiot. And that's no offense to Aaron. That's just the way people do it, and it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I think I just got a trailer moment, by the way, on
Really?
on Liz here, Elizabeth. It was neat. It was like neat from my view because he came spiraling towards this balcony and like missed it, as if it was like a plane spiraling out of control. Wish I had the ABS window open. I could timestamp. Oh gosh, that's a shotgun. Oh! Oh, dang it.
That was a trailer moment. I just didn't get to record it. Because I jumped, went into hover mode, and while I was still using the inertia to move sideways, I shot you in the head.
Oh man. Yeah, these trailer moments, we definitely need, like, a lot of people. We just need these crazy views with just bullets flying everywhere.
Alright, so what does everybody's match over board say?
I had already exited 0. For me,
I
there's
actually
7s and 2s and 10s. I think I always see 7, 2, and 10.
Well, 10 is what you get to win, so that's...
I think I'm going to have to bow out of this.
Alrighty.
A good play to do.
Baby.
Hopefully we'll have another one next week if you're interested.
See what I can do. I want to keep making sure I'm helping you guys out.
We need to have, like, the whole gang here. Like, all, like, 10 or 12, whatever it is.
We need to get 10 people.
Yeah. Did we do 11 once?
I think so, and I think it did not run well. James, how's it coming?
Have a good one, everyone.
See you, brother.
See ya.
I downloaded 7-zip, but my computer's still not opening it. I don't know what's going on. I can't even find 7-zip to, like, actually, it won't even recognize that it's on there.
Try restarting your computer. See if
Okay.
it might fix it.
Alright, be back.
Alright. Let me see if Zach's gonna jump on here. Seems like every time we have like what feels like a solid build, we never have enough people to really test it.
Mm-hmm.
But, all right, I will be right back. I have to jump off for a second.
Elizabeth, are you the sound person that's?
I am. Yep.
Gotcha. I figured the Note Weaver. I figured that was you.
Yep.
What's your first task with the project?
So I've been helping with one of the themes and then doing some sound effects. So
Sweet.
yeah.
I'm ready for an overhauled sound for the main rifle, the main plasma rifle. It's had the same sound forever.
So something a little different.
Yeah, something a
Yeah.
little more like beefier maybe.
Uh-huh. Something a little bassier or
Maybe not for the plasma rifle,
uh-huh.
because there are other guns that are like more powerful. But I mean, obviously that's more of Steve's say than mine.
Mhm.
I've had various contributions here and there to the project, but I'm not actively like working on it right now with them.
Mhm.
I did make the orange crates that you see everywhere. Those crates
Oh,
are
nice.
those crates are mine, baby.
So did you make the art for it?
Not the texture. I just did the model, and then what's his name? Steve just like slapped a texture on it.
Mhm.
I kind of messed around with some like small props and whatnot.
Mhm. Good deal.
Yeah, I'm working with another project with a other group of people working on a shooter, so it's not really like feasible for me to work on both of these.
Mm-hmm.
But I hang around to help out Steve with testing. So
Yeah. Have you been
Okay.
coming to a lot of the playtests?
I try to make it to like every one. I think I've missed like one or two maybe, but
Oh wow. Yeah, I was out of town for a couple weekends in a row, so this is the first one in a while. So
sweet.
good to get back into it.
Yeah.
Hopefully the next one's the score's working correctly. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
That's
well.
weird. But that's fine because there's stuff we need to work with that anyways. Zach, my friend Zach is extracting currently, so he's gonna be jumping on here in a minute. I guess we'll give James a minute. Try and get a few more in here with some more people.
Go ahead and show off the customization again for people that are curious.
Is there anybody else that has any questions?
To my 3 viewers, do you have any questions? Questions about Plasma Storm for Steven?
Also, one good thing about you going into customization is if your character looks different, then it's better for the recordings because you're getting different
Yeah.
looks. All right, looks like Zach's in. He doesn't jump on Discord because he doesn't have a headset. So,
Where is this going to be accessible? Through Steam, right?
yep, we're gonna do Steam Direct. It's gonna start out in an early access.
I'll go ahead and answer that. Yeah, it's going to be accessible through Steam eventually.
But yeah, it's going to start out in early access, and we're just going to keep adding to it pretty much as long as we can. Where the main reason we're doing early access is we want to try and figure out a way of getting the funds to do a full single-player campaign.
I guess you might as well say, go ahead and mention when you want to have this out.
Huh?
I guess you might want to take the chance to the moment, because they're probably gonna ask when. What's your time frame?
Well, we were hoping September. That's not going to happen. Hopefully sometime this year. We're getting to a point where it's getting stable enough to run, and we feel comfortable with the mechanics. But we definitely don't have enough maps or weapons or things like that in to where we feel like people would be able to enjoy it for longer than like a couple days.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get all of Wow, that just shot me all the way out across the map. That was awesome. We're trying to get that in so that it's got more of a lasting appeal, because we understand that there's really no point in buying it without one. But hopefully, it's looking more like fourth quarter this year, so October, November, December, sometime in there, hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll definitely update that as soon as we know for sure. We'll be posting that. And we do have
What?
Our studio is called Rogue Wolf Games. So we have that. If you want to check us out, we're on Facebook, Rogue Wolf Games.
And links in the description. I already got that put up in there for you, for the audience.
Awesome. So yeah, if you want more information, that'll be a good place to find it.
Oh. I feel like the crosshair for the P14 is a little too small. No. Oh. Oh. Oh, that wasn't a real grenade? Oh my gosh. I'm throwing EMP grenades. Huh?
Oh.
I'll tell you what, the most fun I've had in this game, Steve, is when we get like 8 people in this one map right here. And it's just chaotic. I would love to see that idea that you mentioned with just that center asteroid on Hades. And having that be a map.
Wouldn't be hard to do.
Yeah.
I literally duplicate the level and then just make it out of bounds.
Would you take out all the other like areas like that you can't like the spaces?
I wouldn't take them out. You just wouldn't be able to go to them, just to give you surroundings.
Yeah, that's true. I know we do need an overheat sound for. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I remember the last one was a bit obnoxious in my opinion.
Well, yeah. Why do you think it's not in?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the scoreboard for me is showing 10-7-2-0, like what AB mentioned.
That's weird.
It also
Oh, yeah,
says that
the
AB's
last
still
score.
in the game.
Huh.
That's strange.
Huh.
That was the same order as last time.
Yeah,
Have you know what? Have you guys checked the score in game?
I have not.
Try doing that. It might be that we may have an update issue there. So in the next game, hit tab while you're playing,
Okay.
and it might update that. Because I'm always checking the score.
Whatever happened to Tim's map with the bridge? That Clocina or Cloakina, whatever the hell that was called?
It's been taken out for right now.
Aw.
It's a good concept, but it was virtually unplayable because of the way things were set up.
Aw. That bridge is pretty cool.
It'll come back.
For the viewers, imagine old bridge and sewers in space. It was pretty cool. I liked how open like it was. Like there wasn't much like on the top side. There wasn't much cover. There really wasn't that much cover in that map.
There was. You just had to get in the tunnels.
Yeah, but I mean like on the top, you were just open from any angle.
Yeah.
I will say I just picked up a shotgun, and I know this map's gonna be completely changed, but there's the case for it, and the shotgun's like inside the case. I think it'd be neater if it was kind of like on the ground, like right as if it fell out of the case. Because when I was running by, I almost like didn't see it like entirely.
Some of them are in cases, and some of them are on the ground like that.
Yeah.
It just depends on where we place them.
Yep.
And we're actually probably going to change up the way weapons are distributed. I mean, they're still going to be on the map, obviously, but what we're thinking about doing, just to make it a little bit more unique, is there will still be ones that look like they were dropped by somebody that'll be weapon spawns, but there's also going to be 3D printers, and they're going to be little bases. When you pick up one, when you pick up a weapon, you'll see like a shield go up around where the weapon was, and you'll be able to watch it 3D print the weapon.
Well, that's kind of cool.
And then when it's fully printed, that's when it's respawned and you can pick it up again. We just thought that was an interesting way to do it and give you a reason why weapons are able to spawn on the map.
It's like forming in space and time, like teleporting inward almost.
James, what do you mean it's pushing you off? Oh, pissing. Sorry.
Slowly getting the hang of this map. Ah! Oh! I'm checking the scoreboard. Things appear to be working.
Okay.
Does it say that I have like 2 kills?
Yep.
For you? Okay.
I've got 6. Gaku-chan has 3. You have 2. Noteweaver 1.
Yep.
Wow. And I just blew myself up.
This is great. You can kill yourself and you don't lose points. Fantastic game.
Yeah, you just don't gain any either.
I should gain game points for suicide. That'd be great.
Eventually you will. They're going to be negative because it's going to go against your death ratio. Ow.
Haha.
The layout's confusing, but this really is the prettiest map.
Yeah, the layout's just starting to click for me.
I do like that about it, though, that you have to kind of figure it out.
Do you guys think we should keep it the way it is?
I don't see a reason to take it out.
Well, we were going to redesign it to make it easier to navigate around.
I would say if you get the vengeance from that red room, it's very hard to get around the map like with it. Like instinctively you turn right and want to walk up that hill, but then you can't walk up the hill. It's just the way it is. Maybe change that.
There's that launcher pad though that lets you go across the bridge.
Yeah.
Is that after that though?
Yeah, after that, it's like hard to get up to the like the center space.
I'm gonna try it. I have the vengeance right now.
You nailed me with that thing, man.
Yeah, I did. I just like threw it and ran away, and I was like, oh.
It landed right on my foot and blew up.
Yeah, the way I see the layout, there's no way to get that vengeance.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Back up.
Oh, actually, thought there was.
Maybe if I go this other path.
And for the green team though, it looks like they can go down to like red team with theirs, but red team can't get back, get up. So that's a bit of a balance ordeal there.
Yeah.
Maybe just make that one room like a little less steep so that you could go that way.
Yeah. You can do that. Oh.
You almost had me, dude. I was like one shot.
Or even some steps. Like, it could still be a steep, but have some steps.
Yeah, we can definitely do something. We can just make a path that goes up. Oh. I feel like the shotgun needs to be, the range on that needs to be a little shorter.
Yeah, like a 20%. Yeah, it's like a 20%. That range I got you at there seemed a bit extreme. It just, like, every build that you push out, Steve, you just need to, like, adjust the shotgun a little bit. It just needs to find that sweet spot.
Well, right now I'm doing it based off of time, but it shoots so fast that that's not going to work. I think I'm just going to do it based off distance.
So having each bullet lose damage over the you know, like the distance that it travels, or
Yeah.
that's fair. Ooh, I can see it now. You could easily break it, make it awful. What's the time look like though? Since you're running it off time for the fall off, what's that look like?
It's like 0.1 seconds or some shit like that. But I mean, it travels so fast.
Yeah, like it's like almost max speed.
Now I've been kind of chewing on an idea of, instead of the shotgun working like this, it would be slower. It wouldn't lose damage, but the shots would ricochet all over the place.
Ooh. That would be interesting on a map like this.
So, like, if you get them up close and you get that full spread, it's still going to kill them. But if you hit, like, the wall or something, they're just going to bounce around all over the place.
Okay, so the scoreboard looks. I know I got more kills than 2. I wonder.
I had at least 3.
It's Steve. It's showing the exact same scores as when I last checked it during the game. If that helps you out, like at all.
It does. That means it's supposed to update at the right as the game ends, and apparently it's not. It is for me. It's just not for you. So that's just one of those things that I need to go in and fix.
Yeah. Hey, my buddy Oni's here. Oni64. You're late, dude. He's like one of the few that always shows up, like every time, no matter what I'm streaming.
Well, what do we want to do next? I'm guessing deathmatch because there's only 3 of us. But
Yeah.
Hopefully somebody will jump back in.
Probably do a couple more. I would, with your permission, Steve. I think it'd be neat, not for us to all play, but I'd maybe give the limited viewers I have, like, show them a few of the older builds, if that's okay with you.
I don't have any older builds, man.
Well, I do. I've like saved them all. Not like playing on on it, but once we're done, testing here, I'll just hop out of this chat and then just talk, about it for like 20 minutes or whatever.
I mean, you can. There's definitely been a lot of stuff change.
Okay. All right, you heard it. For my 3 viewers, we're gonna take a tour back in time once we're done here testing what this game looked like.
Well, how about let's do a deathmatch on Signal, but all axes.
Yes, axe fight. Yes. Could you axes and grenades, or do you just want axes? Okay, just axes. I got it.
It reminds me of 007, the knives only option.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Man, I read like behind the scenes about that game and how it was so like innovative at the time, and how like the guards would like hear gunshots over different like distances, and how they would be like maybe they'd be like alerted, but that they went back to their post, but then like if they heard another shot, they'd be even more alerted than before. Like it was super in depth apparently. For
Uh-huh.
1997, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Uh-huh.
Ah! This is my box.
Not for long.
Cut. What? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, the body. Ah!
What?
The body went flying. Oh, come on. You must have been so close.
A couple more hits.
Yeah, Steve, I could definitely see like once you get more melee guns in, just a mode or like a toggle for every game mode where it's only like your melee weapons. That would be so cool to see. Okay. Steve, you still there?
Yes. Sorry.
I wasn't sure if you lagged out or anything or froze.
No, but I guess Zach's having issues. He's not. He froze in the last game, and it won't even let him control Alt Delete out.
Oh. Come on, Boomerang! Oh!
Oh.
Yeah! What do we got? Oh man, Steve, you're killing us. I want to team up against Steve. No! No! No, Steve only needs 2 points.
Oh, looks like I froze.
No! No! Come on.
Yeah, you just left the game.
Yeah. Come back here.
Oh, I got the hit. I got the hit! No! Dang it! I got you, but you got me. Axe fight. Why don't we just take out the guns and call this Axe Storm?
That'd be kind of weird.
Melee Storm. Gosh, I remember way back, we just had the hardest time coming up with a name. Like, what? Did we have, like, Terra Divided or something at some point?
Well, I liked that because it fit the theme, but there's a game called Terra Divided, so we couldn't use it.
What?
Yeah.
Plus, it sounded like an RPG or, like, something.
It does sound like an RPG.
What was the first name? Because I don't think Terra Divided was the first name. I thought there was another one before
There was
that.
a weird code name that wasn't good.
It's
Elizabeth, are you in, or is this a holdover where it thinks you're in?
Oh, I'm in the server, yeah.
Okay. One second.
I think the old builds had a name on it. If when I go back to those builds, I can see like what that is.
It was something crappy, I know that.
Yeah, I remember being like a cringy name or something.
Yeah, it was bad.
Operation Leo. That was
Yeah,
what it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Man, that was.
Yeah, for Operation Low Earth Orbit.
Oh, so it did stand for something. Leo did. Low Earth Orbit, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool because you had the whole shattered Earth concept or something like that.
Mm-hmm. And Zach's gonna jump back in, so we'll wait for him for a second.
All right, I'm gonna make this my last game and then show some old builds and going on 2 hours here. It's gonna be a big video file. I'll edit it down to just the gameplay for you, Steve. Just to make your life easier.
Alrighty.
I know you don't want these sexy game lobby screens. Do you remember when like game trailers would use the word like edgy, and like game magazines like way back?
Yeah.
God.
It's an edgy game. Got lots of corners.
Lots of corners. Oh gosh.
As they did
Nice
it.
one.
So. Hopefully he'll be back on in just a second. I told him we're doing all melee.
You still want to do that?
I'm gonna make that a game mode.
Sweet.
So that'll be in by next week. It'll remove
Yes.
all of the bonds, and you'll start out with only the melee weapon.
Well, it'd be neat to almost make it a game setting so that you could put it on any game mode.
Well, yeah, that's what it's gonna be.
Okay, cool. King of the Hill axes. Yes. That would be so cool.
I'm glad the axe is going over well. Everybody seems to like it.
Oh yeah. Were you nervous about it at first? Was it something?
Well, when I first started talking about it, people were like, "I'm not so sure about
Yeah.
a melee system in a game like that." And then they're like, "I'm not so sure about being able to throw it." And I was like, "I think it sounds fun, so I'm at least gonna try it."
Yeah.
And
It's-
so I did, and
It's
definitely better than the high five.
Yeah. It's not as game changing as like flying in like a third person shooter, but it's enough to just make this game stand out more in a positive way. I love it. And you get more. I mean, once you add more, types of, melee options, that's gonna. Oof.
It's gonna be cool when we get the full combo system in too, because right now it's a 2-hit combo. It's gonna be a 3. And the third one that's when it's going to be, instead of a critical, it's going to take 3 hits to kill you.
Mm.
But the third one is going to be a 2-handed overhead swing where he hits the thruster button, and so the thruster comes out the back of the axe and it just pounds into your head. So if you pull it off, it's going to be, and that's going to be a root motion animation. So the character's whole body is going to be involved in it. It's not just going to be their upper body.
It's almost like an assassination kind of like esque thing from Halo, where it's like this whole animation deal.
Kind of, only you're actually going to have control over it, and you're going to be able to fuck it up. And then there will be other melee weapons that are able to be thrown. Then there will be ones that aren't. I'm thinking about doing spike type things that come out your knuckles, like Wolverine-ish, but not coming out of your knuckles like Wolverine, but just like that's your weapon.
Like knuckles, like those
Yeah,
like metal like
knuckles.
things you can put on your hands.
But when you do the right hand or the right mouse button, the right mouse button for the alternate, they'll spread out and create a shield.
Ooh.
So you'll have like shields, but then you can hit like punching and stuff like that, kind of Wolverine-ish.
Yeah. Do you want to start another one while we're waiting for Zach?
Not really, especially since it's our last one. I kind of want us all to start on even footing.
All right.
But if he's not here within the next couple minutes, then
I don't want
we
to
will.
bore the audience.
Yeah. Well, it's a great time for them to ask questions, give suggestions,
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
and Zach's here.
Ugh. All right, axe fight. Axe fight. Does Zach?
Cheater.
Sorry. Does axe or does Zach know it's gonna be an axe fight?
I told him.
Oh, gosh. Woo!
Yeah, hit me while I'm texting.
Oh! Oh!
Ooh, on the backhand.
I thought I had a chance there.
Ah.
Welcome to our game, Plasma Storm, where we fight with axes.
It's a plasma axe.
Plasmax.
Plasma
There we
axe.
go.
That sounds like a computer company.
It's plasmastic. There we go. When you get so many kills with the axe, it's plasmastic.
Plasma.
Yeah.
Yes! You just came up with a medal.
I froze. I'm gonna leave and come back.
Oh, you froze again?
Yep.
Ooh.
I'm
It
starting
could
to wonder.
just be my internet or
I was,
something.
yeah, I was wondering that because you've done it like a lot more than anybody else.
Yeah, that's why I think it's my internet.
Because I froze once, so I'm still intrigued that hasn't happened again. I think that was on Hunter. Aha! Oh!
That was through the throat. Nice.
Dang it.
So this is kind of strange this time. It's not letting me maximize the window after I got launched in. That didn't happen before.
Not letting you maximize the window.
Yeah, like it came up like not full screen or whatever. So before I was able to like go up to the maximize button in the top right and make it bigger. But now when I move my mouse, it just moves me around, my camera around.
Push the Windows button and then, or actually, if you're in game, you should be able to just maximize the window through the game settings. Because if you go into the game settings, you can set it to be whatever resolution in windowed mode or full screen mode. I recommend.
Here we go.
I recommend full
screen.
screen borderless.
Oh,
There
I
you go.
just got back and I got AFK killed. AFK killed. Aha! Got you. Got what? Oh my gosh. I say we do another one.
I
That
was
that
gonna say, you sure you want that to be your last one?
that was very quick.
And again, that was pretty fun.
I want to see like eight person. Like next time we get a big crowd, we gotta do another axe fight.
Oh,
Yeah! you've been winning most of the one-on-ones. Oh come on! What? Oh my gosh!
So I'm kind of wondering. I like the screen where the information on the left where it shows who killed who.
yeah.
But I'm wondering if it would be more clear, like to just have the color of the gun icon to be red, like the word killed.
Hmm. Yeah, like so the gun is red, but the killed text is blue.
Oh, I'm thinking that, so then they're both red.
You know what? Maybe take the word killed out and make the gun red.
I
Oh.
did that at first and did not like it.
Really?
Yeah.
I forget what
For one, it's a carbon copy of Halo.
Really, is it?
Yep.
I don't think Halo
Yeah,
does that right now.
It's exactly how Halo 5 does it.
Really? I haven't
Or at
played.
least
I haven't
the
played
last
Halo
time.
5 in a while.
The last time I played Halo 5, that's how it was. You're not supposed to use grenades.
I'm sorry. I like pressed the button without thinking about it because I had it
You
lined
can't
up.
say you pressed the wrong button. It's on the other side.
It's right next to the D key. It's the R key. It's right there. My second nature said, "Hey, look, it's lined up. We're gonna throw a grenade." I apologize. Oh crap! Oh, I have time to switch.
That was a cheap shot, I admit.
There was another game too. I think Starhawk. I think they did that too, where it just had the gun, just saved on like screen space. It looked cool too. I guess that's just a popular way. That's just a popular choice for like most like games now. I wouldn't call it a copy, but it's just one of those things. Like every game has like grenade indicators and status feeds.
Yeah, and I'm thinking too, maybe have the gun face the victim, so that then it's like so and so killed, and the gun's pointing at the victim's name.
That's a valid point. Well, I mean, how could you make it cooler and like have the information be read? You know what I mean? It's like every game does it the same way, but it's like is there a cooler way to like just to show who killed who? You know?
Yeah.
It's just it's like tricky at this point.
Honestly, at this point, I'm happy it's in.
Yeah, I agree.
Flipping the gun, that would be easy.
And then as far as like the team colors, I know you mentioned that red and blue is done a lot, but I wonder if you could get away with green and blue. I don't.
Oh
like
my
that
gosh,
would
this
be
is
as
taking
common.
forever.
I mean, we could probably do that. Okay, wrong button.
Oh, lining up the rebound. Oh, blah. I do like. I just kind of picked up on a strategy of like strafing for when the axe comes back. To like try and like line up
Oh yeah,
the rebound. I like the axe. Oh, you were 1 kill away.
I was. Y'all want to do one more? Those are quick.
Sure, I'll do one more.
All right.
We're tied, Steve. This is it.
And technically, we're not tied because you didn't win the last one. You cheated. You killed me with a grenade.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Well, that was a tie then. Okay, so we had a tie and then I lost. Oh man. Has Aaron played since you added to Axe?
I don't think so.
Man, he's gonna love it.
He was gonna play tonight, but he wound up having to work.
Oh. On a Sunday night? Ooh.
Yep.
He's not a teacher anymore, right? He's
Yeah, no,
he's a technical
Ow.
animator or something like that. Oh.
Man.
The power,
Oh,
you can only have one power up at a time, right?
correct. You can only have one power up at a time.
Gotcha. That's the
Man,
best.
I wish I could have thrown a grenade right there because you were all just in a pile.
Oh,
I'm getting my ass beat this time around.
oh, triple kill.
Speaking
man.
of, I know Halo does triple kill. Does everybody call it triple kill, or if we called it triple kill, where we get in trouble?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure Halo's not the only one. I know Destiny does double down and triple down. I don't know what Call of Duty does. I don't play that game.
Yeah, me neither. Like obviously we can't do like Running Riot.
Right. I mean you can come up with cool plasma like related terms for like kill streaks, but I almost
Sorry.
feel like an icon would be cooler. Just having a cool like, we come up with like a metal, like design and just.
Damn, that was fast.
Oh my gosh!
You won. All right. Well, come to the end.
Alrighty.
Obviously, we found some bugs. We found bugs with scoring and freezing and all that stuff. But other than the obvious, anything else to say?
I think I've already mentioned everything. As we've like gone along.
Alrighty. I don't remember everything, so anything come to mind?
The capture the flag thing, when you have the flag, experimenting with any options to walk, or being forced to walk. I know we talked about that. The other thing, I know there was another big thing that we talked about. I don't remember what the other big thing was.
I don't know.
Yeah. Making that small map in like the Hades map.
That'll probably be in by next week. That should be real easy.
You know what you should think about actually? Twisted Metal on PS3. Did you ever play that one?
Not the one on PS3. I played all the PS2 ones.
They had a neat thing with that they did where they only had like 8 maps, I think. They had 7 or 8 maps, but they were all huge. And what they did was you could play on each map, but then each of the maps had at least 2 or 3 different sections that they like bordered off to then create like a different type of layout. So to make a smaller version of that map and make it more confined. It kind of added like levels in like a certain like regard, but it's the same it's the same like idea as what you're talking about here with Hades.
Yeah. You can't do that too much because then it just looks lazy.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying it's what you go for, but it's an option if we have another big map that, especially if we do a asymmetric map.
Yeah, which I want to do asymmetric maps. Hades is really the only Hades and Signal, because Signal's a building which tends to lead itself to be more symmetrical.
Yeah.
But those are really the only two that we're going for symmetrical because I like asymmetric.
Mm-hmm.
Hades, I'm actually thinking about making smaller. The only reason it's as big as it is because of vehicles, but I'm going to try and make it so that vehicles function in a smaller space because I feel like Hades is too big. It just takes too long to fly to each side.
Yeah. Do you remember that recharge idea that that I had?
I remember it. I don't have it anymore.
Right, but you should try and find something that, or try and come up with a medium-sized map where it's just 2 sides, no in-betweens. Maybe some tiny landing areas, but like nothing crazy. Like almost imagine like a giant, like an auto shop in space, and the ships fly through and they dock in like the middle. There's a big open space in in the middle, so each side is like a base, but it's like a medium size, whereas Hades is like a large.
Yeah.
Something to ponder about.
So something like boarding action.
Yeah. Except with more depth in each base versus just like you're like on the edge of a cliff.
I actually had an idea for that. It wouldn't be on the edge of a cliff though. I was thinking about having a spaceship, like a large cruiser, that was busted in half, and each side was a base.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that to me a long time ago. That I know that idea has been around for a long time. I have a suggestion from chat. Oni64. He says, can you guys make a map in a planet that has overgrown plants and mushrooms while the skybox shows the universe? So
funny to mention that. It's not going to be in a planet just because of the lore of the game. But we do have a map that we want to make, and I'm probably going to call it Eden. That is going to have plants and water, and it's going to be where humans are creating resources because they don't have Earth anymore. And so it's going to have that, as well as possibly, when we get the AI working, small little critters running around. Some might be hostile.
Halo 5 has a map called Eden. Copyright infringement alert.
Can't copyright infringe something called Eden.
Yeah, I know. Oh, man. All right.
We also thought about maybe calling it Valhalla. But
yes.
Then we were like, well, that's a lot of drinking, so a little different. yeah, there's lots of ideas. We've been getting. We've also been digging pretty deep into some of the lore and backstory. Obviously, we're not going to be giving that out.
Ooh,
But
Oni says maybe Athena or I don't know how you pronounce it. Yeah, Athena. That would be a neat.
Athena works really well, especially since we already have kind of the Greek themes going on.
Yeah, which is why I got excited about that name.
I'll actually write that down. Tell him I said thank you.
Sweet. He can hear you. Oni64, thank you for your suggestions.
That's a good one. So, trying to anything else before we jump off here?
Oh yes, the user or the UI, or the HUD, the radar and the widgets that showed the grenades and the guns. How we mentioned that maybe those are too far out, versus maybe, and then you talked about maybe the size was too big. Maybe play around with the placement there.
Yeah, we'll work on that. But overall design, not necessarily placement, because it's going to be, just little adjustments here and there to get it just right.
Mm-hmm.
But the design of that, how do you guys feel about that with the health at the center, at top, like it is with the bars, and then
the health makes sense to me. Now, the boxes with the gun and the grenades, they seemed like there was a third box there, and off the top of my head, I can't remember what it was for. The box on the bottom left to the next.
It's not in yet. That's going to show your melee weapon.
Oh, okay.
We don't have the image for the one we have now. We don't have any other ones in, so it's just not been implemented yet. But that's where your melee weapon's going to be.
I'm just wondering if you want the axe, the grenades, and the gun all in one spot. I'm just, if you want to mix it up or put something somewhere else. And obviously that's just gonna take a lot of testing, kind of get the feedback and what everyone else thinks. But
yeah, but we did that so that all of your weapon information is in one corner.
Yeah.
All of your scoring information and character location for the radar and everything's in one corner, and then you've got your general health, stamina, and the match time limit at the top. And then you've got the kill feed going. So
that's fair.
It was thought out, but I don't necessarily, if it's not working for people, then it's changeable. Everything is. We will eventually get to a point where we're like, no, we like it this way, and this is the way it's staying. But we're not going to not take a suggestion and see how it turns out either.
Mm-hmm.
I almost wonder too, I noticed my health would only show when I was losing health. If you want to have that be a separate bar from the stamina rather than sharing the same bar.
Your health would only show when you were losing health. What do you mean?
Well, I feel like it would, because that was the red bar, but then when I would stop being in a battle, it would go to the blue bar, which I think was the stamina, right?
No, they're two separate bars.
Okay, I'll have to look again. I felt like it would switch back and forth, but
the health bar is the bigger one that drops down. That's all one bar, and then the stamina bar is in the middle of that, and it functions independently.
Okay.
Maybe try experimenting with the stamina bar being on the bottom border of the screen. Just a thought. It's just I think that they're really close to each other in color. And just where they are, like physically on the screen.
We could change the color too.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say either make them stand out from color or possibly experiment with moving one to the bottom.
I think what we'll do first, because it's easiest, is experiment with color, and if that doesn't work, then we can try moving things around.
Okay.
But alrighty. Anything else?
That's all I can remember.
That's it.
Alrighty, well, I'm going to jump off here, and if any of your viewers want to head over to our Facebook page and like it, that would be awesome, because we need all the recognition we can get. Right now, we've only got 100 people interested.
Woo!
That's not a lot when it comes to trying to make a game.
Yeah. We'll get there.
But, alrighty, well, I will talk to you guys later. We're going to plan on another playtest next Sunday, same time, 8 o'clock, and hopefully we'll have more people. I might contact Igda and see if they want to if anybody wants to test from there as well.
Alrighty, sounds good.
So, all right, well, I'll see y'all
Alright.
later.
See you guys
See ya.
later. Stream friends, it's just us now. Do you guys want to see the older builds? See what this game looked like when it was starting out by chance, or there's only 2 of you, so if you guys want to see what this game looked like back in the past, we can take a trip down memory lane, see what it looked like and how it played. And it's up to you. Up to you guys. Let me know in chat. I'm going to stop recording this, though. Yes, okay. I have 1 interested viewer. That's all I need. Okay. All right, so... Okay, cool. I'm going to quit this. So I've saved every build, just because I had the foresight way back when, just because I thought maybe I would want to go back in time. So if we want to go all the way back, so I think 2016, like November, I think Steve asked me if I was interested in working on a game like with him at the time, and he was like, "Yeah, dude." Or I was like, "Yeah, dude, let's meet up." At the time, I was still in college because we met through college, but he had graduated like a year prior, so I think so. So it had been a while. And so we had some ideas. There were some ideas tossed around. At the time, VR was still like kind of. I mean, obviously it was newer, but it was like the hype was there a lot more than I think it is now. But he was like, "Hey, I want to do this standalone single player VR thing," and it was some kind of idea where you're in your ship the whole time, but you had to like investigate. It was like a 30-minute deal. It wasn't anything big, but. And so we worked a little bit, but then he went off the grid for a little while, and then I think late January or February, he was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And he had this new idea, and he was like, "Hey, I got this like third-person shooter thing." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So the oldest build I have is from February 22nd of 2017, and trying to find where it is. Space FPS probably. No. Here it is. So yeah, he sent me this and we loaded it up and played it. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like. So this is Plasma Storm from 2016. No, 2017. Yeah, 2017. So pretty much a year and a half ago at this point. And this is probably only a couple months of work at that time. This thing wants to load here in a moment. Gave me this error, but it still worked. I mean, like for the other version we had, it still worked fine. So hopefully it'll work. Yeah, it was funny. We were like just running around shooting each other, and I was like, it's like, I mean, I didn't tell him this, but in the back of my head, I was like, this is just another third-person shooter. But then at a certain point, he's like, "Oh, you can fly, by the way," and just like starts flying away. I'm like, "What?" And like in an instant, I was instantly like, "Okay, this is cool." We're gonna try March 29th. See if this one works. I apologize that one didn't seem to work at all. So if you're new joining us on the stream, we already finished playtesting, but now we're going to take a look at the older builds. Fatal error because of the old temp cache files. That could be it. I'm not really knowledgeable or well versed in this area. No problems found. Here we go. So not the first build I had, but the second one. And here we go. This is the main menu. I think options. We had our player name and some icons. Hey, look at that, copyright. um, the inverted option didn't work. Oh, this is taking me back a ways. This this menu hasn't changed much, but and then map, yep, all this stuff. We had basically one map at the time, and the map unfortunately is not in the game anymore. I don't even know if Steve even still has it in the current build that he's working off of. Oh, and I forgot the choose color option. If I remember, the choose color wouldn't even it wouldn't work if you didn't choose your color. So here we are with it's a really loud footstep sound. Oh, that's right. If you didn't choose your color, you didn't start with a gun. So that's why I can't shoot. You can pick up the sniper. And this was our sniper scope. Oh, it's so like tunnel vision. Oh my gosh. You can see the little overheat on the bottom left. So all the weapon information that was moved. It was on the lower left here. Oh, and that awful cooldown sound. Oh my gosh. And what else was there? I think we had a shotgun. A shotgun over here. Which nothing. Steven actually served in the military, so special thanks to him there. But he, it's kind of it's really neat because he knows a lot about guns, but like he wants to do something sci-fi instead. So he's not super strict about the design. You like the skull icon on the bottom left? Yeah, I don't know much of where that comes from. Yeah, so if you're just joining us, Aiden Robbins, we already did playtesting, and we're showing what this game looked like back when it was just getting started. And so this is from March of 2017, March of 2017, a year and a half ago. Oh yeah, the space bar. Yeah, Q. Q was to fly, and oh my gosh, this camera angle. Held down shift and he flew faster. You can tell it's slowed down a lot. I mean, look at how fast we end up going here. It's not that drastic, but it's definitely a lot faster. If I remember, there was some cool there's some weird bug of sorts. Like you could go into flying mode, but then come out of it at an angle and be walking sideways. Are there stuff from older builds that you liked more when compared to the current build? Yes, and you're going to see stuff soon. This was the Vengeance, which is still in the game. That heavy gun that you saw us using. This is the version that I actually modeled a long time ago to help him out. It's one of the first things I did on the project, I think. And I'm remembering now, it was so bad that no one wanted to use it. It was unreliable. And it had ammo. It had 5 rounds, but you didn't know how much ammo it had. So I can't fire it anymore, but there's nothing to tell me that. And that was what it looked like March. So we're gonna jump forward a little bit. I don't want to spend too much time on each build because I do want to show what pretty much all the progress over time. So we're gonna back out, go to. So at that point we didn't have a new build until May. So I'm just gonna do this one. Nah, we'll just go in order. So we jump forward 2 months, May 23rd. TD TPS. Just show the builds and progress more. Okay. We'll see. Again, this is so long ago. I don't remember like what was in each one. Still the same screen. Oh, I just did that. Choose color. So this is the color choosing. We had 6 colors. And this is the Unreal like temporary model, by the way. We didn't get our own character model up for quite some time, if I remember. I think it took several months. Now we jump forward 2 months and see what's different. Oh, that's right. We had music. So we had music at a certain point, and we still want to have music, but it's been out for a while. We have a textured gun too, a new model for it, and the particles are pretty cool. These are beefy. Oh yeah, and these jet contra. Oh, I remember this. This looks so cool, but it ended up crashing a lot. Like, these particles were sick, but it kept on crashing the game. The skull icon's still in, yeah. A new, like, crosshair for this guy. Oh yeah, this is when it got fun. And, the guy whose name was Tim, who was mentioned, he did the effect for this. What do you think of the music? I'm honestly not sold on it entirely. It definitely adds something. I remember it was really neat, but like, it's just a Sonic wallpaper, you know? Like it's a Sonic wallpaper that can get stale and boring, but notice the projectiles move slower. That was another big thing. But the biggest thing you guys probably noticed is this thing. This was the first attempt at a vehicle, and I love the design. And Steven knows that I love this design, but he just didn't like it. He just said it. He just says it didn't fit. But look how fast it goes. Like, that's insane. Oh yeah, you could like do this too, so you could like get cool screenshots. I thought this vehicle was sick, but he yeah, playing the beginning and fade out. We talked about it last playtest. We actually did a playtest last week. We asked me not to stream it, but we do want stuff like most games do now, where it's like just some in the beginning and then the end, and maybe some in the middle. But yeah, so you can see some you know, improvements here and there. A lot of the improvements are on the back end. The first build that you saw, the first build that you guys saw was I think we could barely run with like 3 people. It got bad when we had 3 people. It was starting to get laggy. It was pretty funny actually. The vehicle couldn't fire. I think I remember now. The reason there's 2 builds close to each other here is because the vehicle couldn't fire at all. There was a bug where it should have been able to fire, but it couldn't. We're actually gonna, probably isn't much to discuss about this next build, so we're gonna go back. We're gonna skip another month. Oh wow, look at all this. There were a lot of builds here in June. We're gonna just go to the end of June and see what we got. Yeah, triggered in certain game modes. So he wants to talk about if you get like kill streaks or something cool like that. So still the same screen. This is about 6 months in to development. We have, I think this is the beginning of Hades, actually. You can see the screen there, the beginning of our first map. I remember when I look back at this, I remember working with him to develop like some map ideas. Everything was still really loose. Like how fast did you fly? Like how fast did you walk? And how fast did bullets travel? It was so hard to kill people early on. Yeah, an announcer. That would be cool too. I don't think he's entirely wants to do that, but he does want medals. So the music's still in. This looks the same. So you can start to see what eventually Hades turned into, and wow, this is I forgot it looked this much different. I remember I did these little basic asteroids. I remember they had a lot of trouble getting this effect right here to work. I think. It wasn't until later, but I think if I remember, these would like shoot you down if you got near them. They'd fling you downward real fast. He built these towers too that aren't in the game either. I think they were just too obnoxious too much of a hassle to try and run up when you could fly. Like, yeah. And the Vengeance is still the same. You'll notice with the Vengeance, it travels at the same speed. If you recall when we were testing, it starts really slow, but then it speeds up dramatically. That was, I forget how that happened, but I think it was an accident. And everyone liked it. And so it just stayed that way. And the sniper rifle. This guy looks pretty cool. So the sniper rifle got a new scope. It wasn't this really obnoxious scope. But look how slow the bullet travels. Like, that takes a while to get over. There's no way you're going to snipe someone. Let's check out what this vehicle looks like here. Yeah, so this fires. Yeah, this guy was a lot of fun. Never had a name for it either. So we'll go forward. This is probably gonna take another 40 minutes to go through the rest of this. There were some large gaps though. It's where we didn't play test. Like just this year, we oh yeah, we got this menu too. Just this last year, the last 4 months. I mean, we just went 3 months without play testing. I think he just kind of hunkered down, because the back end of how he built this game was not optimized very well, and so it eventually it couldn't run. It couldn't run with the amount of players that he wanted. So he basically faced the decision after a year of having to restart the project file and rebuilding everything. And that's what he did. And it runs so much better now. So if this one launches, this is July 24th. So just over a year ago. And about 8 months into development. Kind of interested why this isn't working. There we go. There were some obscure things in this game that was pretty cool that I'd have to go through each build on my own time and figure it out. There were some funny experiments. Oh yeah, so you start to see the customization screen coming into play. Armor. And then the glow color. So I forgot that like this game made a lot of progress early on. I forgot how. Okay, so host. So at this point, yeah, we only had Hades still. This is before the signal map. That's just a flat like concrete texture. The small one that we were playing on, that one was designed by myself, and he just wants the map in general to be redesigned. I'm really busy with Time Splitters Rewind, so it's hard for me. I'm like really, admittedly, I'm like wishy-washy about wanting to help with this project just because I'm so busy with a lot of other things. Yeah, settings, launch. Spawn sound. Oh yeah, the pistol. I think I did this pistol too. So obviously, first things first, Hades got a dramatic shift or overhaul in both color and then layout. We had this pistol too. We all wanted a pistol for the longest time, and I remember, yeah, this just looks so strange. Some flying sounds. Yeah, it is cool that it had LAN. We had LAN. I mean, pretty much from the start. He had LAN pretty much built in, because I mean that's how he like showed me it was through LAN or through this. I mean it's done through Steam. Like thankfully Unreal has this thing you can do. The sniper rifle changed to a beam like projectile, so a little easier to see there. A lot of new textures and stuff. Oh, the grenades! Yes, forgot about that. The grenades. Oh man. So there's no throwing animation, and they're so much fun because you could just like you could spam them all at once. You just like just like throw them. They would just come out of your chest. It was so funny. Just like you're in the middle of a gunfight, just like awkwardly shooting each other, and just all of a sudden, just 4 grenades come flying out of you, just as a last resort. I remember I modeled this building as well. I just did a quick building model for him too. A lot of recoil too. I mean, look at, jeez, basically Cyrax. Yeah. Look at the recoil though. That is, ooh. That is so hard to control. Yeah, obviously we changed the recoil. And the Harpy. Oh man, the Harpy. This was the second pass on doing a bike, and I thought this thing was cool. And obviously, when you've seen the fact that it's not in the game now, it's obviously he ended up not liking it. Oh man, I love this thing. At this point in playtests, I was hated by Tim. Yeah, it is amazing. I was hated by Tim because what I would do is I would just crash into him and blow him up like this. I would just fly straight into him and just get the kill. I would just kamikaze kill all the time. It was so fun. And we had turrets too. And these turrets just destroyed people. I mean, they melted so fast. The only thing that sucked about them is that you're in an open seat. So, like, you would get, I mean, you can't really see it, but I mean, you can see there. Just by looking at it, you're exposed completely. So, that was a problem. I think this is when the Zeus cannon was brought into the game, too. Again, grenades. Just like, it's just so ridiculous. This was the Zeus cannon. This was one of the coolest, another one of like my top 10 favorite like changes to the game. These props could work in feature maps. Yeah, they could. They could. But the Zeus cannon it's basically a Spartan laser, and for up until just this last playtest, it didn't have a charge time, so it just shot like a straight yellow bullet of lightning. Kind of hard to get a good view of it, but just melts people. That was really cool. And you can also see the music has been taken out. There isn't any music. So this is just a year ago, so it's been forever since we had music in. I think that's about it. So we're gonna actually, there's one more thing I think. Up here, he moves the Vengeance turret up here, if I remember. Yeah. So it's still the same model that I made. It's relatively the same. It goes pretty fast though. Alright, so we'll go to the next build. So yeah, big improvements. I mean, this is only eight months in, and it's already taking shape. Still in a very experimental area, and little did we know that, or little did Steve know, that we were going to have to rebuild the whole thing. And if you're curious, really, it's really just right now, it's Steve, and then the other guy, Tim, who I also met in college. Steve, Tim, and then I helped out a little bit here and there. And then the Elizabeth girl, she's like the composer, and also does sound. It's really just 3 people right now working on Plasma Storm. A lot of builds in August. We'll just see what this one looks like. I remember this. He was like texting me every like 3 days, like, "Hey, I got a new build. Hey, I'm like, ugh." Wasn't a pain, but it was like there wasn't enough changing within these like 5 to 10 day time spans between testing. It wasn't enough changing for me to be super interested in playing it. And I mean, for the longest time, for at least a year, we never got more than like 5 people playing at a time. I think 11. We had 11 people once at one point. It was a lot of fun. Oh, and again, if you're just joining us, we've already play tested the latest build. I'm currently showing the older builds. We're going back in time, and this is August. This is like just about a year ago at this point. So the menu is still the same as a year ago. And it even still has my old save data, even. Host. Aha! So this is when the new map started taking place. So here is Signal. And I really like the thing that he did here. The idea with Signal in my mind was that because the story in this game takes place in an apocalyptic setting where Earth has been shattered, and it's like a Wild West kind of environment in space, everyone for himself. But we have these relay devices that are basically like signal fires. Like if you think back to the Lord of the Rings, in that scene where they're lighting there's that cool montage where the beacons are being lit to signal Rohan, I think. Oh yeah, this weird thing down here. But the idea is that these are signal fires in space. That if everything went to shit for humanity and we're on the brink of extinction, that these things would all be lit, and they would emit this beam of light that went downward and upward at the same time. So the pistol is still in. And there is a lot more lore in this game that I don't think Steve wants me to talk about. There are some cool ideas that we're going to keep quiet about. He doesn't want to do like a campaign. He told me the story for it, and it's pretty cool. It's not like super like new, but like it's definitely new enough to it gets me excited about it. A lot of grenades in the middle. At this point, he limited the rate. And this is about it for Signal. I remember modeling this. It's so bad. Honestly, I didn't spend much time on it. It was an early blockout test. I wasn't sure what exactly he wanted or how he would think about it, but I remember this bug too. If you were trying to do it where if you went into flight mode and it came out, yeah, there you go. Your little contrails would still stay on. Oh, and a respawn timer or a respawn sound. That's really Halo-like. Well, we'll show the other maps, but I won't show them for each build. I don't think Hades changed much at that point, but this one I asked about. This was another map by Tim, who also worked on that tunnel map that we saw earlier when we were playing. And this was his sewers and space idea. Really neat bridge. He spent, you know, this isn't something he put together in 30 minutes. He did a pretty decent job with it. And I really liked like the layout. We had this idea of, or at least his idea for this game is that every layout you had to fly to certain areas. Like it wasn't just a solid landmass. Although I want some map that's like complete land, like on the surface of some kind of asteroid or planet. That's big and like open and expansive. Almost like a Blood Gulch from Halo, but nothing like with the walls, and not a box canyon. So that was that. Settings. We'll just go to the next build. I don't think Hades changed much. It probably did, but again, I'm trying to move a little faster here. I want to hop off soon. September. We'll skip to October. October of 2017. Fatal error. Got a little bit of a screen change here. New icons, no more copyright issues. Signal that got moved. And I guess, yeah, so the Clokina or Closina map with the sewers and the bridge is gone. Signal got an interesting change. Or at least not really interesting, but the lighting changed. I remember there was issues with the lighting, so it completely changed that. That center thing is gone. Oh yeah, power-ups were added, I guess. Basically, your overshield. So the little meter up there changed. And we got a throwing animation. The cloak. Not much else changed there. Nothing crazy new. No one wins. No more skull icon, yeah. Yeah, you had that skull icon. We'll take a look at Hades. The lighting on Hades has changed so much over time, and it's like I still never liked this dull gray, and eventually he changed it, thankfully. But for a long time, it took a while for us to really nail down what he wanted. And the bullets are traveling a little faster. It's a little louder. Oh yeah, and the space to move up. Really basic flying animation. Oh yeah, and if you held down the right mouse button, like the aim down sight button, you could float for a short time when you're in midair. Oh yeah, the sniper got its boring sound back. Different scope probably, I think. Yeah, way different scope. Wow, the bases are so close to each other too. This is so much closer than before. The vehicles we're taking out. And there isn't an elevator here, but there's been an elevator put in and out forever. Trying to get that to work right. The Vengeance finally got this new model. A little faster too. It's a little faster projectile velocity travel time. And that's about it there. So we'll go ahead to the next one. So I don't think we're gonna see it, but if you remember the Harpy, that bicycle vehicle, that bike with a vehicle that you could kamikaze with, that at a certain point, we did a test because we've been trying to get a vehicle in where it's like a two-seater, like a driver and like a turret gunner. He oh gosh, he had this. He literally took a Harpy and attached one of the machine gun turrets on the back of it. It was pretty much like a chariot. It was like a horse with a chariot on the back. It was so funny how it worked. Oh man. So I guess 12/17, Christmas of last year. This is where we're at. That would be fun though to get some footage eventually to find out which build has that. Gosh, it was so funny. I mean, he literally just wanted to see how it would play. Like he didn't want to spend a lot of time on trying to get a model done. He just wanted to see could it work. So he literally slapped a turret onto the back of creator Dave. I like how it saves all my information here from a long time ago. The cats want me to play with them. So what we got here? Oh, the hangars map finally got put in. This hangars map. Let's check this out real fast. This map I don't think it's in either. This funny enough, this base design is actually designed off of Steve's old church that he used to go to when he was a lot younger. So this obviously being the sanctuary. It was kind of funny. I was like, I would start making call-outs like during battle. I'd be like, yo, I'm up in the sound booth, like, or like the welcome center or whatever, like down here, like I'm in the welcome center, dude. And like the youth center, like the basement. A spider turret, like TS2 Robot Factory, yeah. And again, more changes to the rifle. You know, there's been a lot of changes. I think. Oh yeah, so he had this idea where you could take these shields away if you found and destroyed all the modules. There's one right there too. There's like 3 of them, I think. If you found them all and destroyed them, then you could deactivate the shields. This was a neat idea that he put together. Nothing terribly crazy in here though. I think this was when he first started messing with Capture the Flag, to be honest. This is what he started doing. There was, I think in total we've had like 6 maps or 7 maps so far. It's hard to remember all of them because some of them haven't been put back in. And I did some mass outs too. I did a mass out for basically what would be like a gas station in space for spaceships. I just realized I skipped over the other maps, but that's okay. We'll go forward a little bit. 2018. Wow, we're actually jumping really far ahead. I'm going to go back because there's something I think I missed. 2017, December. The space battles, yeah. Leviathan, if you just joined us, we basically we're going over the old builds and what the game used to look like. We're basically traveling through time. And right now we're looking at what Plasma Storm looked like in December of last year. So we're going to just quickly load up here, settings. Signal, I think this is the one with the red beam. We had this idea, and this kind of, I remember we clashed, and I guess it's not here, but I remember Steve and I clashed about not keeping that center structure open. But at a certain build, there was this giant beam that would go through the center. It would kill people. It would hurt you if you flew through it. So I guess that's not there. Look at Hades real fast. So Hades got some lights. I think these lights were already here. Still no vehicles. The Harpy got taken out. Not much changed really here, I don't think. Yeah, nothing too crazy. So now we jump to March. So just a few years ago. Space battles from Battlefront 2, yeah. Those are fun. I played a lot of Battlefront 2 when I was younger. The game was awesome. That's one of those games where you look back and the graphics haven't aged too well. Not quite as great as other games have. Customization got a little bit of a switch up here. Let's see what Signal looks like. Pretty much the same. And here is the awkward high five. If you were here when we tested earlier, Steve referred to the high five. This was our punching animation, and the idea was that because when you fly, you have these emissions coming out of your hand. The idea was that there'd be some kind of effect, not like a force push, but there's energy release that'd be like a fighting thing. Different like a prison kind of map. We would need a lot of creature work done for that, but this is when the Vengeance took form, though. You can see how it starts slow and then it speeds up. That's cool, though. Our scoreboard was finally put in. The scoreboard, believe it or not, the other guy, Tim, he worked on the scoreboard for, it took him like 2 or 3 months. Apparently there's no real like example in Unreal for a simple thing as a scoreboard. It gave him a lot of trouble early on. Look at Hades real fast. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. This thing. Oh, the Interceptor. Yes, this thing is basically our tank in space. I think it's definitely not back in the game right now. But this thing is just a juggernaut. And you'll actually notice the reticle, or the crosshair on it is the same as one of the guns that we have. If I remember, this thing has like 500 health. It has a boost too. I remember when we tested this, and I was like, I remember the moment because I wasn't having a very good day, and I was kind of like reluctant to test. But I remember seeing this across the map, Steven flying in it, and I was like, oh, what is that? Like, this is so cool. I just was like completely blown away. Oh man. Oh yeah, here's this bug. I don't need to explain much about this one. I remember we had one bug at one point where if two players spawned like on top of each other, they would be stuck together, and you could like rotate and shoot, but you couldn't move around in the environment. And I remember like starting to test stuff, and I had crouched, and I kept like crouching and uncrouching, and it made the camera, like the third person camera, like kept backing up and moving upward. And so I just kept spamming it, and my camera went so far away from my character model. It was pretty cool. I was like, Steven, help. Oh yeah, and the little crosshair for the shotgun. This is one I did as well. I helped out with some crosshairs basically. That's about it for this one. I mean, I think the Zeus cannon changed a little bit, but is the elevator back in? No elevator. So yeah, that's that. We must have skipped over the build that had the giant red beam of death and signal, because that was a thing at one point. But I guess we'll look at what April looks like, and then we'll call it a night. Because yeah, so we had April 21st of this year, and then the latest test after that was in August of earlier, like this year. So it had been 3 or 4 months where he just like worked on this and didn't. I must have skipped over the build where he restarted it too, because I remember everyone was yellow and it was like super bare bones. We need to rebuild the game. A new title screen. David B. This is when the Agnos map was added, that confusing map. Not much changed there, so I'm not going to bother showing it. Wow, drastic lighting differences here. The projectile is also different. The glow looks a little brighter too, a little in your face kind of feeling. We got some lens flares on the feet and the hands here. The sniper looks. Ooh, projectile looks cool. I remember one time we. Oh, there's also that. One time we were playtesting, and the sniper bullet traveled so slow, and I was like, maybe bump it up like 30%. And then my friend was like, dude, no, you gotta bump that up like 300%. And he bumped it up 300%, like the travel time. It was slower than this. Like if you think that's bad, like it was even slower. Here's the interceptor again. Got some more lights on it. The bullets changed, and we got some weird shifting effect every time I shoot it. Some more random asteroids. Notice the camera, or, the vehicle's lagging in rotation when you rotate this guy. And there's that. Tell you what, all these orange crates. This is one of the oldest reused assets, and I'm proud. I proudly made these crates. Nothing crazy, but I remember I was like, "Yo, we need some crates," and I had specifically like tested it where you could hide behind them, but like still shoot over them. Oh, look at that bug! Check this out. Oh, yeah, there you go. Gosh. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Oh, we had gravity lift or man cannon at one point. I hope the vehicles come back in soon because they were so much fun that got put in. So that is about it. Let me see if signal is different. Just goes to show it takes a while to make a game like this. A lot of iteration. Oh, some asteroids. Those are new. If you ever wondered too, these back hallways. I keep telling Steve to put a power up in here or something because no one ever goes through these hallways. They need a purpose. They don't have one right now. Oh, you know what? I forgot to test. We had a bug in one of our builds where you could punch while you were flying. So everyone would just like hover on top of each other and just spam the punch button as you were flying. It was so absurd. It was so funny though. And the animation would play too. It was kind of weird. Not much bounce on these. But that's that, and that's. I don't really need to fast forward anymore. You saw the last build, so. I wish I could get the first one to work because we didn't have color options. It was super bare. Yeah, that is Plasma Storm, and its evolution. It's come a long way, and I'm happy for Tim and Steve. Steve's worked really hard on it, and he's had some challenges along the way, both life related and all kinds of things. He's really just worked so hard on this thing and just learning and figuring it out. So I'm really proud of him. But anyway, that's about it. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you later. We will be doing, as Steve said, we will be doing another playtest next week on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Same time. So if you're curious to see how it goes, hopefully we'll get more people. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you later.